To one of the best afterplant teams in the world, you've got to have a set plan, and already looking to try and force RB out into the corner. He's got MaKo for support, and he's managed to dodge that aftershock. The Viper wall as well, already helping him out. The trades aren't going too badly until the cavalry arrives. 2 kills off.
You've also got the post-plant potential of just lobbing it through. All that means he has to move pretty quickly.
Thing is though, I imagine DRX, especially with their current plant spot, are going to be able to exit fairly quickly and not to have too many issues on the way back through. I am also looking at foxz with a fragment, so they might just try and throw that extra utility in just to try and hold them into the site, and with DRX picking off a couple of players here and there, I don't know how much damage they're going to be able to do.
That's got to be coming close to a record. On Buzz, he's managed to find himself his 4th kill. There it is, finally. That's his first. 5 players will be coming from here, essentially becoming the attackers in this round as they open the door, create 2 different avenues, and the angle nets them the first kill. Smoke's removed. The blind fire and the molly, though, that's going to cause some problems. I mean, time starts to be the real issue, and with weaker weapons and players running into them, they might actually be able to net a lot here on DRX. Just comes down to whether they can win those opening fights or not, and so far it is back and forth, but with the damage done, stax has to be the one to clutch this out. 1 versus 3, Stinger in hand, he'll catch the diffuser. The time's not quite that. This time though, with an orbital strike, they are going right down into their spawn. MaKo isolated, and he doesn't need any help. He's just stuck. The other team coming at him, he somehow survived this long. And gotten a double! Sushiboys! How has he gotten away with that? They're in with a chance, indeed, a probability. Just Buzz and a 1 versus 2. They know that he's in mid.
They're going to have to clear all the close angles, probably expecting him to fight for an additional kill before getting into this clutch. And even using the knife and it being dodged, they have no clue where he is.
Such a problem with that plant spot. Sushiboys, 1 HP, easiest kill for Buzz at the start. And now he's even lit up foxz. It should be the round, but Talon again with low HP and against all odds. They have come back into this round and found 2-2. Attempt to take the site, but it is another retake setup from Talon, something they've done a lot, but they might not know there's already a player up close. And Buzz has managed to completely catch them off guard. A blindsiding push.
He's got Showstopper as well. He could just try and take him out. Sushiboys again is going to land a shot that, well, maybe unexpected. garnetS found one through the Viper's pit as well. This advantage diminishing, and even though this pit is in play, if they can find MaKo, or more importantly, force him out of it, using that lockdown, this could become a problem. Already one going back in the other direction. garnetS trying to slide across and catch them, and somehow we've ended in a 2v2 with more utility going down. He has got it done. The A side, they're running it down again.
At the end of the day, we said it, this team's playing the retake. Hold on, though, this time they're fighting right away, running out of the spawn. They weren't on the site a moment ago. And now Talon are mounting a full defense. Just pistols here. Weaknesses all around. And Crws is left in what is a 1v2. stax now passing away. The Crws retrieving a rifle. Ammo is the main problem. He would have won that round without it. A headshot needed to RB. But he's going to
position as before. Only 22 HP, and the timing's going to go the way of RB. Perfectly positioned, and this time they win the clutch. But again, that was a light investment. That was just some pistol.
Now, at about the 60-second mark, there was nothing happening, but if we want to chuck a replay up at the halftime, or after this round, that was kind of weird. Like, they had a great setup on A main, but having to play retake sucks. Rolling Thunder can help. Fighting your way back in. garnetS already down. foxz able to find one, but carving out this map control doesn't seem possible. Too many bodies here, and it's MaKo. He's been phenomenal so far, but not able to deliver this time. It's left on to Buzz. In the 1v2, he spotted them both. The flash is good. Too good, as Sushiboys claims another victim. Talon pushed to 3.
They're doing incredibly well in these retakes, but they're always so scrappy. Like, it just seems like fights that they're going to try and set up for this retake, Mitch. They've got lockdown, they've also got overdrive, but they're running straight through.
So fast, that flash there actually going to catch MaKo. The stun coming in from garnetS. He's trying to find some players, and there they are, right in front of his face. Swinging out to try and deal with this. Looks like he'll catch one in heaven. The stun is good. It needs to go a little deeper, actually. The charge comes out. That'll do it. Looking now for the last man, MaKo. Inside his orb, out he goes, and there's 2 players staring right at him. That defuse will come through on Sushiboys once again. And we end up 4-4. Fantastic. Again, we hear conversations about how, oh, IGL Duelist is good because you can go out and fight and just keep dueling. Well, it looks like Crws has that idea even against Sheriffs. He spots 5 players and he's like, I'm just going to keep going, keep fighting. In the end, that results in him getting the sight and a rifle.
Oh, he's not going to be able to wallbang him. They're actually going to get the plant.
Oh,
never mind.
Eventually
gets him. Now it seems very optimistic. They need something extra, and with foxz already taken one out, MaKo is left to try and win a 1 versus 4. He's at least got himself a gun, but that won't matter. garnetS at this point is just feeling so unbelievably confident with that neon. And wow, after what was an initial decent start for DRX, Talon now have the lead. Crossing might be a little bit tougher. I don't think they know foxz is here. In fact, they have no idea.
No clue whatsoever. stax, though, has fallen, and that's the spike in the open. Might get some of the Talon players to play more aggressive sometimes, but right here, it's just going to be a Viper's pit and a plant. garnetS finding control over main, though, so these players are stuck inside the pit. Do they try to go elsewhere? We're seeing the Buzz wants to, but garnetS is a little too quick. Now MaKo's all alone. He's suppressed, so he can't throw out his utility. Got to try to fight them up close. He got the man behind. But Crws, he's had a good game.
X is now, okay, let's try and get ourselves into the A site that little bit faster.
Well, a quick kill by stax. That's caused some problems to try and play for the late round retake. Remove. And even a nade going through now quite early on. And look at the aggression. You think because they've got them sectioned off, they'd want to defuse, but instead they're going to fight. Talon are bringing the fight to DRX, and they're winning every duel. Unbelievable play from this team. Now pushing up to 7 rounds and a half that has felt entirely dominated by them. DRX don't look.
They've now got a Killjoy operator. Like they really are doing everything. What has just happened? Crws has just sprayed down 3 players. This team is lighting up the server at the moment. They lost a pistol, and by the looks of it, DRX are still only going to walk out with 4 rounds unless RB can pull off a miracle. He's now stunned up. He's picked up an off. He needs to hit a no-scope, and it's just not happening.
I've never seen DRX look this uncomfortable setting out in a series. Crws, on the other hand, delivering again, and it's on Zest's head. He's trying to fall back, but there's just too many players coming after him. Good map control, but they've still got the advantage on DRX, fighting their way back in. They can even start to defuse that spike after the nano's gone, and the time isn't too far ticked. They need to pick up a kill on the cross here on that attacking side. Instead, they're gonna have to just run at this defuser and try to stop him. The time way too low. DRX, 2 out of runabouts. Moving over towards Dish, whether that's just another orb, but there's a spike there too. They're trying to sneak their way in. Some spams in the smoke, grab kills, and well, the late round B is certainly predicted.
Oh, stun in. Oh, it hasn't actually connected somehow. garnetS has managed to make his way around the corner, and you know what? They'll get a plant. Nope, maybe not. Maybe not. Buzz was waiting.
And foxz's lurking.
Yeah, I think it was around just an attempt to do as much damage as they...
I mean, DRX losing 1 to start with, it's not ideal, but it's expected in a round like this.
Yeah, and already, again, garnetS taking the space. Good work from Zest, and Buzz has been picked off. Again, these rounds looking incredibly close, but Zest should be screwed. Lives a little bit longer than maybe I was expecting. And stax, he's expected. He was the one sort of point of contact, but he somehow...
But he turned away at the wrong moment. Luckily, the shot whizzed past. He won't be dropped in main. JitBoyS survives, and that's the spike denial. They know now they've got this with a Rolling Thunder. There's no way. And you know what? He's not going to try and deny that fuse with an aftershock. Instead, the Rolling Thunder's put through, committed.
Sushiboys might be able to do a huge amount of damage just catching them on that rotation. Not expected, but somehow again, that's 2 rounds in a row. RB should have been dead, and somehow he's still alive.
DRX ending up with a kill out of it as well. The numbers just extend further and further in their favor, all thanks to stax. Quick 3 kills and an end to that round with DRX pushing up to 7, 2 between them. Still very early days of this half, and you know, we're coming up to the point where Talon started to run away with it, but that right there was a fresh-faced looking DRX when they rolled into that site.
But that's the thing we've learned with DRX over the years.
Resistance. So, not the same kind of defense that they were playing, but oh wow, this is going to be a speedy one.
Oh, he's almost just died to the utility, and well, stax I think took away his ultimate. MaKo lurking within the smoke, starting to take a lot of damage, just 40 HP remaining. The thing is though, you can still tell that DRX is tentative to go on the rotation. stax though has just started to connect his shots. A second dropped already, and well, the rest are still stuck by tree.
There's just no need for them to rotate, right? Like, they don't lose players. There's no gaps that they have to fill. And for them, on this defensive side, okay, you lose the one, but the door, something you'll still get an audio cue for. He's still close enough to hear, and he's going to be on site to help with this cross. So he can well, unfortunately, Buzz is going to be forced in the open, so he has to fight. But here is where things are... No! RB!
Oh no, this is horrible. And he's got across now. RB, I don't know how he survives in half of these rounds. There's been about 4 times already that he should have died, and well, this time, if anything, okay, a rifle save for JitBoy. It doesn't matter too much. But it's nice though. Just having that might be able to deny the lockdown. It's dependent on whether or not they actually need it. The dancing man of garnetS was just the distraction, and now stax, well, he's managed to find one on the other side in the orbital strike. They've used it just to try and get them
in front of a crowd. And this is what he's delivering. Okay, again, in that round, he goes onto site. He distracts the player on site so that his teammate can grab the kill. I believe it was foxz.
Yep.
And then...
DRX haven't moved all of their players. MaKo, he started to move, and he's going to go down for it. Crws was none the wiser that he was even there. The thing is, though, this will allow for the rotation. They've spotted that cross, and Zest has gone through. He's trying to get into this site as quickly as possible, knowing that their afterplant has been sublime. But it's
Talon not giving them a moment of solace. They are on their way towards the site. Fast lane goes up, and the fight is bad. Buzz having a mare.
Nice shot from Zest. Oh, a chance to even get 2, but then the trades come back thick and fast. Only one man standing, and stax is down as well. They fought from a
little whiffy, but he got there in the end.
Yeah, and this allows for the rotation. They were pressured, the flash is avoided, but Buzz, he's going to come out with 2. Finally stepping up to the marker, and the trades are fantastic as well. Leaves just Sushiboys. 1v4, and he has to try and get past MaKo. He will not be able to. That's the thing. They have started to do the same thing again and again with these rotations, so they have to split 2 and 2. They're so wary that there's going to be a push back in the other direction. Bear in mind, MaKo already tagged low on the site. So he needs to just sit back and relax and just support onto stax. But that's exactly what he's done. And now, with a late move back in the other direction, it leaves Crws to try and fight alone on this side of the map. He might just be able to get an afterplant, but stax is rotating back around.
Oh, this could be it for stax if he has the timing, and the shot is hit every time. With Crws down, the round follows. And DRX's comeback may just be on 2 more to push us up to an overtime.
Has also held them in. If he goes through the edge here, Sushiboys has a free kill. He's just trying to play the timing, and actually the pin's gonna get dropped. He's just let his teammate die dropping that, and Sushiboys comes out with both. It couldn't have gone any worse for DRX, and now the remaining 2 are trying to make that space back in. There's so much still to find, and although it's a little whiffy initially, it's Buzz to try and face off versus 3. The turret even giving them the info. There is no hope. They've got foxz trying to spam on the cross, and he's doing damage. Even going to get the headshot onto one of them, and now they've realized that there's a stack on this side of the map, but it's too little too late. They're stuck in the mud. Fantastic
Play by Talon. They expected DRX to take it this way. Read like a book. And the sheriff spams even coming through. Attempted wall bangs here, in the pistol. stax still alive. He's going to try to get himself onto the site, but there are so many players to deal with on the way through. Still with an option to take it elsewhere. 30 seconds on the clock, but they've committed so heavily at this point. And in the end, the spike will be dropped, leaving MaKo to clutch it. 1 versus 4. He's already got the first, but that is where he'll be finished. Talon have found a pistol, Tom.
They have to remember that because they're going with this triple initiator composition, they don't have a sentinel. So that's actually one of the biggest dangers of the comp that DRX is running. It's the flank. And right now, they've just got them surrounded. They had to try and attack out. Well, DRX will take a plant, but that's absolutely all they're going to get. Another Prime Gaming flawless round coming out of the likes of Talon. And as said, thus far, they have had the read.
Well, on their way back in, Talon have a lot to deal with. And for them, just... well, trading out the weapons should be the goal. They get nothing. 2 quick kills. The players left to just attempt a few spams through smokes, perhaps as they're exiting. In fact, are they even looking to fight foxz here? They've spotted him, but no, they'll take it towards main, let him die to the spike. Certainly seems to be the correct play.
Yeah, don't give any weapons up. Don't give him anything extra for this round.
This is a smart strat. And the Odin is actually pushing B main. They've spotted so many players on mid. The call is made. Let's just go. Let's take the fight to them. They attempt to push on short. They're a little bit late to spot Crws. He's good for one. The Odin combined with foxz's utility. Oh, never mind. foxz's utility is gone.
It still leaves Zest low, but this definitely becomes much more of a troublesome retake, trying to get back in that little bit too soon, and two weapons that definitely aren't the best for retaking. An Odin alongside an operator. Still a little bit wary of Heaven, though. They haven't spotted garnetS just yet, and already being forced out. MaKo goes for the peak, and now it's left on to Zest. 30 HP, just trying to hold on, and the rifle's already been retrieved, but he's dancing around the side, spotting his opponent, just trying to buy that little bit of extra time.
11.
Even lower he goes, but he's still gonna take it home.
Defenders are so cautious about going in until that flash comes through. garnet's then able to take a double on the back of that utility, a triple, in fact, the Blade Storm stopping them in their tracks. Talon with a remarkable thrifty round.
They're gonna have to slow down and play more default, and they will! It's so sick! Every setup is sublime. Crws even TP behind them, but DRX recover.
All of a sudden, this is a game yet again, but in the corner, Sushi's caught. No.
Being put through a smoke to try and run past as well. The rest of the players are just sat outside, almost waiting for this time to tick through, not giving him anything, not giving him a chance. And Buzz, pretty much the savior of this entire round.
Push up, and we've seen it before earlier in this tournament, a similar strategy with a recon dart. Talon attempted a pistol push here, but that has been put to bed immediately. And even Sushiboys getting spotted here on the B site, they know what they're in for.
That's the thing, DRX is starting to adapt. They know in these sort of rounds that normally you want to group up, normally.
Credits aren't that bad for the rest of the team. You know, he can try to take some weapons out of DRX's hands, but yeah, his chance is not too high. That is the lead back in DRX's hands. They have found it. You know, this is a team that started out the series with a 2-0 lead.
Do they expect the player in the corner? They've dashed past, but they've not cleared it. A chance for JitBoyS. He comes out with two, but even still, Buzz is doing well to trade things back. Looking a lot better on the Jet at the moment.
Oh, good kill. Fantastic stuff from Sushiboys. Damage done, and it makes it all too easy to close it out in the end. garnetS, and he's been headshot through the wall. Left to 40 HP. A push comes out of it, though, and he's able to find one. Flash down low, still going to blind him. Hold pop. Crws has supporting fire. This is a fantastic hold. Talon dominating middle. And although MaKo's walked through on a, well, that was maybe not the play, Crws, I'll be honest, ambitious as it was. He's still got a 1v4 on his hands, and these players are lined up in a firing squad. Lead back in Talon's hands, and it is going to be a clear the corner. They're going to be quicker on focusing up on the site. Good flash through, but there's a player right beside him. Buzz hugging the wall, able to grab one. What was that? A shorty attempt. They're all lit up on DRX. 1 HP on Buzz. Seized, but he's surviving for now. They're taking their time on the way back through. That might be time enough for DRX to set up, to take these fights, but it's stax left alone to hold on, and he cannot do it this time. The time plentiful.
Onto short, but the paranoia is going to leave them nigh on completely blind. A second flash going through, but they spam it. And Buzz and RB combined to get a double opener. The only player anywhere near now is garnetS.
Just yet, has to rely on just finding it through look and predicting their positions, the lockdown to force them out, and right into the hands of this operator. Focused in, but they've got a nice spot to play in the smokes, keeping them alive for a moment. He's waiting for the angle, and he won't land the shot. The defuse is underway, though, and they need to run it down halfway before RB can land that kill. And put 5 on the...
And again, right place, right time. 3 players flash through. They're waiting in the smoke, but every kill goes well the way of DRX, other than the TK. Crws still fighting around the edge, but RB is doing everything. And now foxz, we saw him tag low, 1v2, to try and gift his team the half.
He could be coming from anywhere. That's the upside to play with. But you also have to remember, RB's gonna have his knife. I think it should still be 20 seconds or so away. won't have a chance to come back online. That was only 5, so that would have been X.
Running.
They might not be ready for this pace. I mean, this is so quick. They're already flashing into the site on the reload. And Zest, well, okay, does well to find Crws. He's still going as well. 18 health. And he's trying to hold the site while his teammates sprint from the other side of the map. Any damage here would be massive. And now he's got some support, but foxz's found a kill from the connector. With him on 18, this is getting very dangerous. Shock Dart goes through. It might be perfect. Zest has got
Make his way forward in towards the site, just 18 HP, and I don't know if you'll expect him to be here. Zest is going to get the ace to take DRX home the pistol. Staying in their formation. foxz might be able to do something here, but no, it makes no difference. And JitBoy just still can't be dealt with, still causing problems, and he combines along with stax. It leaves foxz alone and surrounded. He doesn't stand a chance, just 26 HP. This B site seems to be close for business as Zest the first time gets an ace, and this time comes out with 3 to throw out some of his utility as they pressure into the site. Again, stax just looking for that timing, but this time the trades are even. However, with already a man advantage in hand and still a man at the back of the site, there is still work to do.
great flash. That's caught Buzz completely. No way he hits that shot. So we're down to the shorty, up close to try and delete them, and a right click from foxz puts them back to a 2v2. Talon, this is a round they need so badly, and it looked like it might slip out of their control. In fact, it still may. RB's caught them off with great timing. foxz, the last man standing. A flash up and over. It buys them space, but they're up against the operator. All they need to do is trade this out, but they won't find it. Here comes the Vandal, and foxz just needs to find one more. RB returns the fire. 11 on the board for DRX.
It didn't even look like it should have been close. They knew that push was coming. They scanned 3 players heading into that B site, and then the man at the back, I think.
This is a recon right up and over, has been spotted and has been deleted. No further trouble to follow on from that. DRX actually canceled pretty much all of their aggression. It's a good thing too, because they are being pressured on the other side, dealing with it very nicely. No further trouble to follow on from that. DRX actually canceled pretty much all of their aggression. It's a good thing too, because they are being pressured on the other side, dealing with it very nicely.
Fake TP to try and bait some players into going back the other way, but the fact is, with the spike down, stax, if he can hold the line, this round might be over already. Never mind. Crws is...
It's Gallop, on point.
Oh, they know where he is. Trying to force him out of the corner, but it just hasn't worked out, and now the rotation's in from RB. They've been so good at hitting the timing through these smokes to catch the players off guard, but the fact is they're still yet to swing to the site. Damage being done, but the double spray down again. The man in the backside that can never be dealt with, Zest, is popping off. And well, 12 and 6.
And from this point, what can they do? Run into MaKo and die! One after another. 4 kills for him as JitBoyS finally falls. And Crws has to do it all. Oh, he's missed his TP. The time is going to be very low, but he'll make it. Just about to get this plant in. Look at the swing, though, right away. Buzz to
see much of the defense, so that will be the idea. Looking for that after plant already. The cove will be broken, and stax will go down. An early advantage for Talon in this round, but with the after plant, it only becomes more difficult.
But the blind fire is definitely favored Talon. The damage done is massive. Recovering from here is difficult. DRX going to struggle when it comes to trading out. Swinging in with low HP, the shock darts finding those kills, and with the numbers on their side and a tap on the spike, that forces the swing out. The reveal catches both, and that should be it. Defuse for Talon, and a pistol found to kick off.
Bit of a bold spot from garnetS, but it works out. And while RB and stax, they do at least manage a kill, but I assume it's only going to have been...
It's 5 HP! He's holding on barely, and he'll even get a kill! Even a little more! Somehow surviving! Although he falls in the end, surely he's done enough? Oh, maybe not. The last man alive, Zest, 1 versus 1. Look at the HP on the other side, just 4. He's going for the plant right now and needs to stick it all the way. JitBoyS, though, coming up close, and the angle's good. 3 kills, and with a sliver of health left, he'll even get his ulti online for round number 4.
I don't know how half of their players survived as long as they did. It was just ridiculous to swing out from the pistol as well. The friend
Going to deal with him. They have players surrounding him from every angle. That was close, but not quite.
Even still, into the afterplant. We've seen this many a time. DRX like to use this reckoning to almost help them out in the afterplant. And well, it's not often I've got to see two of these crossover at once, as both teams are going to try and apply this ult to make it awkward for the other side. High Tide utilized to try and section them off, but Zest is still here. He's just waiting patiently. The shots don't quite connect though, and now it's left all onto MaKo, running in. He finds a double instantly, and the time is ticking away. The flank is just too far. MaKo should have done enough here, as the spike will explode.
More to come from it. But I think they might have an angle to catch RB on the way back. He's got to be careful and got to be lucky this time though. He's made it out.
Look at the ults. Already Viper's Pit, a Hunter's Fury available, a lockdown on either side. Sure, they can force him out of that Viper's Pit, but the fact is there's going to be one going through if he even attempts it. Now just making their way through already. A kill coming through for Sushiboy. A good start, but they need to try and clear these players out of position. The lockdown being used, but I can assume there might be another, and in fact it's going to get destroyed. RB holding, MaKo alongside him. This deadly duo leaving foxz alone. A nice shot to at least do some damage, but the time is gone. He needs to try and just kill as many players as possible.
Could cause some problems for them on the way through. Look how easy it was to take down one. And the numbers, okay, they don't stay in their favor forever. That defuse underway, and they needed to, they haven't noticed the cove is up. They're gonna swing in way too late. Defuse already done. He's playing, it's got a different skin on it. Straight up and into this fight, and well, I think he's gonna lose his life in a second, but you know, he has certainly found them the space to get this spike planted. Only problem now is the spams that could come through on the other side. The snake bite's already in, and that is devastating. Well, there we go.
Yeah, eventually, seemingly more of the same. Nice couple of shots, and they're expecting Sushiboy now. Spotted him in mid, trapped in the corner, spike down on the ground and not planted. If he can get anything from this, that would be a huge success.
And he's at least got the information here that the turret's playing in kitchen. This is something that Talon did on their defense, so it's not a big surprise or anything. We've seen that utility shift around in the past. It might just be some push mid. 3 players gone down, 2 leading the charge, and it's Crws who has to hold strong. Good trade to start. And there's still a second player here. That shouldn't be expected, but it is spotted. With MaKo falling, now DRX are in trouble.
Yeah, they did really well. The fact is, the plan from DRX was a solid one. Get in fast on that flank, expecting where the ultimate will come through. But the fact is, what Talon did, they didn't do what a lot of teams do.
3 players gone down, 2 leading the charge, and it's Crws who has to hold strong. Good trade to start. And there's still a second player here. That shouldn't be expected, but it is spotted. With MaKo falling, now DRX are in trouble.
Yeah, they did really well. The fact is, the plan from DRX was a solid one. Get in fast on that flank, expecting where an opponent. That one knife now dissipated, and they almost have to start trying to tap on that defuse, but there's so much utility in the way that it is becoming tougher and tougher by the second. A Hunter's Fury in post if they need it, and it seems like they're going to throw it in just to maybe try and confirm this one. Defuse actually still coming, but it seems like they don't really need it. Eventually, they will win out just with the rifles alone. Didn't have to send in that ult. And Talon planting at all. The thing is, it seems like they're going to try and stick it in MaKo. He manages to jump up. Another double from Zest. He's trying to do it all. And the trades just aren't quick enough. It's left onto foxz. A nice shot to actually snap back. And the other teammate a little bit further away. You can see MaKo just playing this one a little bit more tentative until he hears the steps. A great round from him from start to finish. And double digits hit for DRX. Sushiboy and MaKo this time, he's going to get traded as well.
Well, a trade good enough a lot of the time. Sushiboys goes down, and Crws trades it. A brave play to step out of that Viper's Pit, but in the end, it's left them with the advantage, a huge advantage, in fact, to play with. With the plant down, the pit to cover, and a completely unknown foxz just roaming around. 2 snake bites, 2 shock darts. The win conditions are just completely ticked here for Talon, and DRX have realized that.
But that's the thing, he used the Hunter's Fury just to deny the lockdown on the other side, making sure that they had themselves that execution onto the site. And I'll say Zest, I'll be honest, a little bit unlucky. He had a good read there, was ready to try and deny the plant, but this time they were ready and watching for somebody to be around, and, well, obviously being able to get a kill on the ropes will help you out quite a bit.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You know, I guess the thing is when you're holding the position Zest was in, as we saw his crosshair.
Still a decent amount of weaponry waiting on this A site. If they decide to go in this direction, they might just be punished.
It's all on this first shot, but Buzz has spotted the player making his way up the rope. He's ready for the peak. And it's coming any second now, 50 on the clock. Talon entirely set on taking this A site, and Buzz won't get the opportunity to take the first kill, and a brave play, but he dashes right out of there.
This is very used as well. They're desperately trying something. The trade's coming back, but it's still a slight advantage for the moment. garnetS just goes huge. He's found 3 kills with that Blade Storm. They're going to be able to get the plant, and he might have just saved them. That was looking like a huge blip with the initial kills going the way of DRX, but that did not last long. Still though, Zest and his doubles, we've seen plenty.
Oh, he's clutched out rounds before. This time on the attacking side, he misses the first, but gets it after. Down to 16 HP. 1 blade, all that's needed from garnetS. He's holding the angle close right, and there's the shot, but Zest can't land it. A wide swing, but garnetS.
Doubles, we've seen plenty.
Oh, he's clutched out rounds before. This time on the attacking side, he misses the first, but gets it after. Down to 16 HP. 1 blade, all that's needed from garnetS. He's holding the angle close right, and there's the shot, but Zest can't land it. A wide swing, but garnetS is ready. And that will be double digits, tied up. This game going right down to the wire on Icebox Tom, and, well, in Icebox OT, I can't say I'm surprised if we get there.
I'll be honest, I think most people thought this broadcast would be over by now.
Hours ago.
I think most people still in this arena thought they'd be at home, or maybe at Carnival. But instead, 10 to 10.
Turned and took the gun himself right into the site, and he's still going. Making his way through his teammates' pit, clearing it piece by piece, and grabbing the information. They're leaving. Stop the flank, Buzz. There's no need to continue moving forward. Instead, he sits in this spot, listening, waiting to grab the info, waiting to punish that rotation. They are taking it through middle, though, at least. So they'll bypass him, bypass the pit. And in fact, the fight may be stax's.
They're going to be able to get fairly far forward. Crws, just hoping that someone gives him a fight, gives them something into this round, but the realization has to be had eventually. The Buzz low, and he's going to swing back into an opponent. They've somehow, with their patience alone, found themselves an opener. stax very quick to respond, though. His retake sits in the same spot as before. They used the cove to actually escape rather than to plant. And with the lurk from Crws, that's something DRX need to deal with.
Big wall blocking off B. I mean, this is going to put pressure on Talon to move forward. Cove goes up, and now garnetS has to get in there. Good spam, but he won't catch the kill. RB returning, and it's already being diffused, and it's gone! Underneath their nose! It's not for the first.
Lower rounds have played into DRX's hands instead. They want to put the pressure right back on, but that's where Buzz thrives. An opener to boot, and they have to fall back.
No matter what happens here, Talon have made history for their team, for their region, for their country, most certainly. The top 4 is all they wanted. A monumental spot, but DRX, so they've been after the Korean meta, the Korean era for a long, long time, and it looks like they might be on their a reckoning going to be used, a lockdown into play. A flank attempt by JitBoyS, but now he's the last man standing, and that final blow is about to be dealt. DRX are going all the way, 13 to 10.